a feeble offering. Instead of taking it, he caught her wrist in a painful grip, jerking her toward him, laughing as she cried out. She swung the bottle with all her might. Sterling jerked awake with a start, her heart racing and her throat aching with the need to scream. She didn't. She never did, no matter what. Silence kept her safer than a scream ever could. In just seconds, she absorbed the low light of the bar, the ancient rock and roll playing on the jukebox, the clamor of a few dozen voices talking low to one another. God. She swallowed heavily, looking around at the familiar sights. Her gaze landed on the bartender. He watched her. Always. Nothing got by that man. He could pretend to be an average guy. He could wear the trappings of a simple bar owner, but she knew better. He hid something. Maybe something as monumental as her own secrets, but she wouldn't ask. The Tipsy Wolverine bar was her haven from the road. She could sleep in her truck, and sometimes did, but she didn't truly rest. Here in the little podunk bar in the small mountain town of Ridge Trail, Colorado, she knew no one would bother her. Because of him. Again, her eyes sought him out. She guessed him at 6'5", really big, but solid, head to toes. Posture erect, awareness keen. He wore his glossy, dark hair neatly trimmed, precisely styled. But it was those piercing blue eyes that really caught and held her attention. His gaze had veered away from her, but that didn't make him unaware. Sterling pegged him as ex-military, or maybe something deadlier. He was too damn physically fit to be anyone ordinary. Her nostrils flared a little as she looked him over. In the seedy area of town where locals slumped in their seats and laughed too loudly, he was always mannered, contained, professional, but not in the way of a suited businessman. More like a guy who knew he could handle himself in any situation, a guy who easily kicked ass, took names, and did so without a scratch. Those thick shoulders. Studying his body left a funny warmth in Sterling's stomach, sending her interested gaze to his pronounced biceps, watching the fluid bunch and flex of them with the smallest movement. His pullover shirt fit his wide chest perfectly, showing sculpted pecs, and letting her attention drift downward, a flat, firm middle. Lord, the man was put together fine. Add in a lean jaw, a strong but straight nose, and those cool blue eyes fringed by dark lashes, and she assumed he broke hearts on a daily basis. Not her heart. She wasn't susceptible to that kind of stuff. She could take in the exceptional view and stay detached. She could. Only this time she had to really concentrate to make it true. His gaze locked to hers, catching her perusal, and his firm lips quirked in a small, "you're not immune" smile. It made her mouth go dry. He couldn't know that, could he? Yet he looked as if he'd just read her every admiring thought. Feeling oddly exposed, she held up her glass, realized it was still full, and hastily mouthed, "Coffee." With a nod, he moved away to a service counter behind the bar. Less than half a minute later, he strode over in his casual yet confident way with a steaming cup. He knew how she took it, with one sugar and a splash of creamer. He knew because he missed nothing, ever. Setting it before her, he asked, "Done with this?" indicating the shot she'd ordered and hadn't touched. Usually, to justify her lengthy naps, she bought a couple of drinks. This time, exhausted to the bone, she hadn't lasted long enough. "Thanks." Sterling sipped her coffee. That he didn't move away set her heart tripping. Defiant, she glanced up and caught a slight frown carved from what appeared to be concern. She was good at reading people, except for him. Most of the time she didn't know what he was thinking, and she didn't like that. Suspicion prickled. What? Heavy lashes lowering, he thought a moment before meeting her gaze again. "I'm worried that anything I say might put you off." Sterling stiffened with accusation. "What do you have to say?" "Such a lethal tone," he teased, as if they knew each other well. "You don't have to order drinks just to be in here. You want a place to kick up your feet." Abruptly, she dropped her feet from the seat of the chair.